So you've got to get the y by itself, so I've got to move this 1. So I'm going to subtract it, but I'm going to subtract it over here and to the other one. So we'll see that's -4 less than or equal to 2y less than or equal to 8. And then how do I get rid of the 2? You divide, and you got to divide it by everything. So that's -2 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 4, which was D.
Can that Zoom bring us down?
Yep.
How?
Because it's worth 10% of your grade.
I thought you said if we got a 6, it'd be up 6%.
But you still have to pass it for it to do that.
So if I fail it, it's just down 10%.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you pass it, like if I got a 50, it wouldn't.
50's not passing.
That wouldn't.
On Monday, we'll go over all that stuff for the exam. We'll go over how to calculate your grade on Monday. Let's see, 12. Do I need to go over 12? No? Alright, what about 13? You might need 13? 14? Anybody need 14? What's it mean for it to be a function? What cannot repeat for it to be a function? The x values cannot repeat, right? You see how you have 2 1s? So that's why it's not a function. Alright, what about 15? Do I need to go over 15? What test did you use? What's the test called? Vertical line test. There you go. If you pull it through this one, it hits twice. If you pull it through this one, it hits twice. So that's why it's not a function. So graphs 1 and 2 are not a function. Alright, what about 16? So 16, 17, and 18 is what we are doing for a bell ringer today. Yes, sir.
What if I don't feel like I'm going to pass it down? I don't feel like I can remember.
We're going to talk about all of that on Monday. Right now we're reviewing. Then you need to come see me 0 period. Right now we're reviewing. Alright, 16. You got to plug in -1, right? So let's see, it's going to be -1 squared minus 6 times -1 over -1 plus 2. Alright, what's -1 squared? Positive 1. What's -6 times -1? Positive 6. And -1 plus 2? Positive 1. Alright, now what can I do? What's 6 plus 1?
7.
And 7 over 1 is 7, which is D. Alright, same thing on 17. I'm going to plug in 0. So it's going to be 0 squared minus 2 times 0 minus 2. Alright, what's 0 squared? 0. Huh? There you go. This will be 0. And that gives you -2. Very good, Jacob. Very good. Very good. Alright, so same exact thing, guys. You're just going to plug in a letter this time, okay? So instead of 2t squared, it's going to be 2a squared. Instead of minus t, it's going to be minus a. Which one is that? C? Y'all okay? Yes, no, baby? Alright, we got to finish up our notes today. We'll review all day tomorrow. We got our last test on Friday, okay? Alright. Before we do that, let's see. On your study guide, tonight, for your homework, thank you, sir. Let's see, bless you. Tonight, for your homework, we need to do through 24 tonight. Most of them are pretty short and easy. 19 through 24, yes, sir. You need to do those for your homework tonight.
19 through 24.
Yep. Alright, let's see where we're at. We're on page 16, right? Page 16.
I thought we were done learning new stuff.
We just got to finish this page.
Oh, Miss White.
Yeah? What? Oh, thank you. So, Jacob, Tyler, you have you just have first, you don't have a second exam? And then, you don't have a third, you get a fourth? You don't have a fifth, but you get a sixth? Oh, check out, I'm sorry, yeah, you're right. And then you got an eighth, right? You got a first and second? You don't have a third, but you got a fourth? No, you got a third, but you don't have a fourth, sorry. You get the sixth, you got an eighth. Hold on, let me pause this here. And we're done. Y'all ready? Ready? All right, so look, you can't have two things on the bottom of a fraction. You can't have a square root on the bottom, and you can't have an I on the bottom. Because remember yesterday, what was I the same as?
I was the same as -1.
It was the same as the square root of -1, right? What about I squared? I squared was -1, right?
So I add.
Thank you.
So wouldn't it be 5 times I squared?
All right, so I need to multiply. I gotta do the opposite division, right? The opposite division is multiply. And I have to multiply by what I'm trying to fix. What am I trying to fix? What's wrong? The I on the bottom. And remember, if you do it, oh, not squared, sorry. If you do it to the top, you gotta do it to the bottom. Can y'all see that? Do I need to zoom it in?
Yes.
Okay.
But is that just a regular I on?
Yeah, it's a regular I. I messed up and wrote a square on accident. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 4 plus I, and we're going to multiply it by I. And on the bottom, we have 5I times I. All right, so then
how'd you get that?
we had to, what part?
What we just wrote down, 4 plus
I just smushed them together. 4 plus I was already there.
Oh,
Would it be
you
2
multiply by I.
Yeah, I just literally smushed them together is all.
Okay.
What, Jacob?
Wouldn't it,
You sure?
like,
What's wrong?
5, is it 5I? So it'd be 5I.
No, 5I times I is 5I squared.
Why do you have to multiply the i's?
Because you got to get rid of the I on the bottom. Because you can't have a square root on the bottom. And I is the same thing as square root. So like if you get, the reason you're doing this is because if you get this as an answer choice, if you're working through some stuff and get this, you won't ever see that on a multiple choice test. So you've got to fix it to be able to see what you're going to see on the test.
So 4 plus I is 4I. And,
No, 4 plus I is 4 plus I. All right, now I've got to distribute this. Yep. So 4 times I is 4I plus, there you go, Jacob, I squared. Or Tyler, sorry, Tyler said that. Actually, we didn't even have to do that. You know what? Because look right here, these would have canceled. Sorry, guys, I didn't see that. Those would have canceled. Here, scratch that out. Sorry, y'all. I didn't see that until just now. I know, so it's just 4 plus I over 5I. That didn't give me any good. I know, let's see.
no solution.
No, what's I, oh, here, let's do this again. What's I squared?
I squared is -1.
There you go, we can change that to -1. Gotta get my brain working this morning, y'all.
Wait, I'm so confused.
All right, let's start over. You ready, Jack?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, wait.
We're just gonna start over. We're just gonna start over.
Everything on my list.
I know. You can go erase and start over?
Yes.
All right, so you can't have an I on the bottom, right? So you're going to multiply by I on top and bottom. Good with that so far? All right, then I'm literally just going to smush everything together. I'm not going to do any math.
4 parentheses 4i 4 plus I
Times I, right? So times.
I over 5i.
All right, so what? Now I'll have to distribute this. So this will be 4i plus I squared. And then 5i times I is 5i squared. All right, this I squared we can change to what? There you go. So it's 4i minus 1. And this I squared I can change to -1. And or you can just go ahead and say -5. We'll see. I don't have any more room. Yeah, I do. I can do it right here. -5. There you go.
That's your answer?
That's your answer.
So as long as you don't have an I on the bottom, you're okay?
Yep.
So whenever you're dividing, your whole goal is to not have an I on the bottom of the equation. Okay. Cool.
Because if you typed in your calculator a square, because this is the same as a square root. If you typed a square root on the bottom of your calculator, it's going to give you an error. It won't calculate it.
Okay.
It's just not proper. All right, so this one we're shortening this since we have a test coming up and we've got to get through. Let's just mark out that 3 plus and let's just do the 6i, okay?
So I over I.
Nope.
Multiply.
We just don't have time, so we'll mark everything out like that out. We just need to do this.
Multiply over I.
Multiply by I on top and bottom. There you go. So I'm just going to smush everything together. 2i
2i
times I.
times I over 6i times I.
Yep. If you can go ahead and multiply that and save yourself a step. Like if you can go ahead and say 2i squared and 6i squared, go ahead and do it. Save yourself. All right, so I can change both of these I squares to -1.
So we just drop down 3.
The 3? Yeah, we're going to simplify this because we just don't have time to go through extra things. Right now we just need to get through what we have to get through.
So wouldn't it be 2 times -1 is 6?
Mm-hmm. How much is that? Mm-hmm. All right, 2 things can happen. What do you see first? They're both negative, so the negatives cancel out, right? All right, what else do you see?
2 over 6.
There you go. What number goes into both of them?
1 over 3.
2 goes into both of them, so it is 1 over 3. Very good.
So now we're back to the negatives.
We've always been where negatives cancel out. If you divide or multiply, 2 negatives cancel out. All right, let's do 11. Same thing. Mark out that 1 plus. We just got to do the basics. All right, so you can't have an I on the bottom. That's the whole purpose of this. The whole thing that's wrong with it is an I on the bottom.
1 minus?
It's just mark out the 1 minus. Yep, just do the I. All right, so it'd be 2 plus I
Over I.
times I over I times I. All right, then you're going to distribute. So that'll be
Why do we put it in parentheses? Oh.
because you're multiplying the whole thing, not just the I.
So
Why
2i.
didn't we do that on the last one?
Because there was only one number. There was only one term.
2i times I.
I mean, you could have put parentheses. You just don't have to. Let's see. It'd be 2i plus I squared over I squared. Then you can change both of these to -1s. So that'll be 2i minus 1 over -1. All right. So this negative, what does he do to everything on the top? What's this job of this negative on the bottom right here?
Make everything else
Well, not necessarily positive. It changes their signs, right?
Okay.
So if this is positive, it's going to change to -2i. And if it is negative, it's going to change it to +1.
Couldn't you just look to that the negative ones?
No. Because this is subtraction. not multiplication.
When you cancel them out.
This makes negative. This makes positive. You got to do it to both of them when you're adding and subtracting.
Is it always just going to be one flat thing?
What do you mean one flat thing?
Is that answer?
Neither one of these. These were both fractions. All right, last one, number 12. Same thing. We just need to do the basic stuff. So mark out that 5 plus.
Oh, yeah, it can't.
It's on your paper. Mark out the 5 plus. I'm waiting on this to focus. Hold on. Hold on. Let this focus. We'll go on. All right, here we go. So we're going to multiply by what we're trying to fix. We're trying to fix what? What? Listen to my question. Not trying to fix the 6i. What are we trying to fix? Just the I, right? Not the 6, the I. The 6 is not wrong. The I is what's wrong. You can't have an I on the bottom. So Tyler, I have 2 things on the top, so I have to put parentheses around them. And then I'm going to multiply it by I. And on the bottom I have 6i times I. Alright, so distribute that. That'll be 2i plus I squared. Dadgum. Over 6i squared. And then you can change both of these to be -1. And on the bottom, that's -6. Alright, you can't cancel these because this, what does this 2 have with it? It has a -1, right? Not the I, because I'm multiplying that. That's okay. The subtraction is what you can't do. You can't simplify these so that you're just going to leave it like this. It has, that 6 has to go into everything.
Does it not change the sign?
You could if you wanted to. You could go ahead and change these signs if you want to. We could do. You just have to look and see how the answer choice gives you, Jack. If you see that as an answer choice, then you pick that one. If you don't see that -6, then you divided that I, or that negative, excuse me. Either one of those is fine.
Well, are you grading it then?
It'll be multiple choice.
I know, but are you grading it? Because if you're grading it, you'd be able to do it. But if you're not grading it, then how would we? If I did -6 and they wanted 6.
But I made the exam, baby. If it's like, if this is an answer choice, you would pick this one. If you don't see the -6, if you only see a +6, then divide that negative and you'll see this as an answer choice. So whichever one they give you. So Jack, I won't give you both of them. You just pick whichever one I give you. Alright, so guys, that's it. If you flip to the next page, then you just see your study guide. Yeah. On the back of it.
Oh yeah, it's already
The back, we're not going to do the back. Don't worry about that. If you flip to the next page.
It's done.
19. Alright, so the first page, y'all did a couple of problems before your quiz, right? So if you haven't finished those problems, we're going to do today and we're going to do tomorrow, okay? That's all we're going to do today and tomorrow. Is just finish working these out. You got a whole bunch on the back.
Are those graphs still on you?
Yep. Yep, that's on the front page. You can mark out these bottom 2. Or excuse me, the bottom 4. We're going to do those after Christmas.
Wait.
It's on the next page after that page we were just on. On the flip over on the back, page 20, you can mark out those bottom 4, okay? We'll do this. Yep, the front page is what we had a quiz on. And the back is the new stuff we've learned.
This
Yep. That was what the front was on. But all of that plus the extra stuff is going to be on the test.
Whatever the negative number is, like -16i.
Say that one more time.
For,